Cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton is a very dynamic network of the protein filament. Okay, so protein filament and the tubules that provide the structural support that facilitate the cellular movement and contribute to the various cellular transport in the eukaryotic organisms. Okay, and it play a very crucial role in maintaining the cell shape, the cell division, the intracellular transport, and in the cell motility. So we can say that cytoskeleton is basically it is a network of the fibers forming the eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells, and in some archaeans also. Okay, but in majority of the cases, it is found in the eukaryotic cell. Cytoskeleton structure, they are basically the three main component of the cytoskeleton. The first one is the microfilament, the second one is the microtubule, and the third one is the intermediate filament. These are the diagram. The intermediate filament is just they form the scaffold around the chromatin, and the microfilament usually present they are usually present at the or surrounds the plasma membrane, and the microtubules they are responsible in majority of the cases they are responsible like the cell division. Okay, so these are the different structure of the cytoskeleton. Okay, we'll discuss this one by one in detail. And beside these cytoskeleton structure, beside these three types of the fiber, the cytoskeleton is also made up of certain motor protein. Okay, what are these motor protein? So, first motor protein is the kinesin. The kinesin, these protein they move along the microtubules carrying the cellular component, and they pull the organelles along the cell membrane. So, this is the function of the kinesin. The second motor protein is the dynein. The dynein basically they pull the cell organelles toward the nucleus. And the third one is the myosin. So these interact with the actin protein. As we all know that actin and the myosin contraction are very much essential for the muscles contraction. So they are responsible for the muscles contraction, and they also perform the various functions in the cytokinesis, the exocytosis, and also in the endocytosis. So, what are the function of this cytoskeleton? So, the function of the cytoskeleton it includes that they help in maintaining the shape of the cell. Means it is provides some structural framework for the cell, determining its shape and the organization of the cytoplasm. Next, it functions in the cell motility, means it is responsible for the cell movement. It can contract, deforming the cell, and also its environment, allowing the cell to migrate. Third function of this cytoskeleton is in the cell signal, means they assist in the signaling of the cell to the another cell. The intracellular movement means it supports the movement like the migration of the cell organelles and the transportations of the vesicles in and out of the cell. Next, in the cell membrane, basically they support the cell membrane. The cytoskeleton used to support the cell membrane because these structures are usually present around the cell membrane like this. Next, in the vacuole, they help in the formations of the vacuoles. In the cell organelles, they hold the different cell organelle in its places. So, cytoskeleton also perform in the positioning of the cell organelle also. Stabilizing tissues, the cytoskeleton they stabilizes the entire tissues by associating with the extracellular connective tissues and some other cells. So these are the collective functions of the cytoskeleton. Now we'll discuss one by one the three different component or the type of the cytoskeleton. So the first one is the microtubule. Okay, microtubule are very small. They are hollow. They are unbranched and the cylindrical tubes with a diameter of approximately 24 nanometer, and they are composed of a protein known as a tubulin. Okay, and they are usually present in the they are the heterodimer, means they are of the two type, that alpha tubulin is there and the beta tubulin is there. Okay, that is why it is known as the tubulin dimer. So the 13 tubulin protein, they are associated to form a single microtubule tube. This is the 13, that is known as the protofilament. So these 13 tubulin protein, they associated to form a single protein which get associated to form a tube. Okay, they are not always in the form of the cylindrical, but they can resume the shape of the cylindrical with the help of the magnesium and also with the help of the GTP. Okay, so microtubule, we can say they are very microscopic and they are the hollow tube which is made up of alpha tubulin as well as the beta tubulin, and that forms the part of the cell skeleton, and these are the largest cytoskeleton present in the cell. Okay, so these are the largest cytoskeleton. Microtubules or the tubulin dimers, they are the protein in nature, or that is why they are the proteinaceous in nature, and they are present in the cytoplasmic matrix, and also they are present in the centriole. They are found in the formation of the spindle fibers. They are the largest structure in the cytoskeleton all about. They facilitate the cell movement, they facilitate in the cell division and also in the transportations of the material within the cell. They are also involved in the division of chromosome during the process of the mitosis and also in the locations. So when we talk about the microtubule, they are very dynamic nature, just displaying that they are constantly undergoing the assembly as well as the disassembly. And there are the plus end and the negative end, because from the plus end the tubulin used to enter, they get attached to the cylindrical structure, while from the minus end the tubulin molecules, they get dissociated from their structure. So they can rapidly grow and they shrink through the addition or through the removal of the tubulin subunit. This dynamic